Welcome to our YouTube channel. Today, let us discuss about ChatGPT. Let us discuss about ChatGPT as well as let us try to understand how it will help in our DevOps and cloud area. Right? Before that, let us try to understand basic ChatGPT. Right? So this is the ChatGPT channel website. Let us try to register ChatGPT and let us try to understand basic functionality. Suppose if you are using Google, right? If you want to try some queries like how to gardening, how to make garden beautiful, right? It will give you the multiple options. Right? It is giving multiple options. Here we need to select which is the best thing, right? We need to select that right? By using the Google. Let us try to register ChatGPT. ChatGPT. Right? Try ChatGPT. So verify you are human. Already created my account. That's why it's already logged in. Otherwise, you need to give your email ID, right? So once it is done, let us try same comment. Right here we mentioned some option, right? How to make home garden beautiful. Let us try here. Right? New chat. Right? So once you enter new chat, it will give the option here. So before that, let us try to understand different parameters here. First one is examples, how to ask our questions here, right? And capabilities. These are the different capabilities. Also, there are some limitations as well, right? So we can ask some questions like explain quantum computing in simple terms, right? Different questions based on our requirement, we can ask. Also, these are the different capabilities of ChatGPT, right? Limitations. It's saying that may occasionally generate incorrect information sometimes, right? May occasionally produce harmful instructions or biased content, right? Limited knowledge of world and events after 2021, right? It means that we can use before 2021 data only, right? So there are some limitations, even though we can use some content, right? Let us try that. Here you can use this same keyword, right? How to make home garden beautiful. Let us try this. Here, if you try with Google, right? These are the different options we received, right? These are the different options we received. Let us try with the ChatGPT. So it's giving some instructions, right? Detailed instructions like that. Instead of giving multiple options, right? We can observe this, right? So we can observe these steps, right? Here it will save the chart as well. Whatever instructions we received, right? It will save it here, right? Okay. Now let us try to relate with our how it will be useful in the our DevOps and cloud areas. Okay. So let us take our DevOps pipeline. Right. DevOps, developer, version control, build, deploy, different areas, right? Here we are trying to set up our pipelines, right? And here there is a developer is trying to generate code, right? And Git here. Just 1 minute. Developer, Git, build, deploy. Here artifact or package, and different environments. Let us say different environments. Dev, QA, and prod, right? Now I want to set up one pipeline, one application, right? Here developer will start the developing the code. Right. Once again, let me draw it. Okay. Developer will start the code, developing the code. After multiple stages, user will access the application, right? User will access the application. Let us say we need WordPress application. WordPress. Right? WordPress application. Let us verify here. WordPress. WordPress application. We need one WordPress application. Okay. Okay. For that, I'm using. One second. I'm trying to use one pipeline. So let us say Azure DevOps pipeline. Azure DevOps pipeline with let us write it here. Azure DevOps pipeline, YAML pipeline, which is YAML, and I need here. I want to use Kubernetes. Kubernetes. I want to host my applications with Kubernetes clusters, right? So also I want to provision this Kubernetes cluster with Terraform, right? Terraform. So I want to deploy, want to create Kubernetes manifesto file, create manifesto file, for WordPress application. What is the repo of WordPress official? Let us take official repo only. WordPress GitHub repo. GitHub repo. Right? This is the repo. WordPress repo, right? This is the WordPress repo. Okay. Next steps. So here we are using GitHub WordPress repo, WordPress official repo. WordPress repo. Here developers are developing the code. After that, they place the code into the WordPress repo, GitHub repo. After that, here we are using Azure DevOps pipeline, right? Azure DevOps pipeline. And also we are trying to create this build and release pipelines with YAML script, right? YAML script. And we are trying to deploy our application in the Kubernetes clusters, right? Kubernetes clusters, right? Here we are using WordPress application. Okay. Okay. GitHub portal is okay. First, I need instructions. What I want to create a Kubernetes cluster. I want to create a Kubernetes cluster with Terraform script. Right. Let me create that. So let us use ChatGPT. Right. Here you can enter new ChatGPT. Here you can use create Azure Kubernetes cluster. Cluster with Terraform. Right. Let us enter this. We are trying to get information like details to create our entire environment. Let's wait. So it will give you the complete information, right? we can ask without explanation also, whatever information need, right? We need Terraform script, right? We can ask that without explanation also. You can mention without explanation also. Just observe here, provider, resource, provider, here we'll mention our credentials, and resource, first resource group, right? Resource group, after that Kubernetes cluster, right? Some SSH keys, so still it is writing the key. Just observe here. Still it is writing the key. Okay. And next steps, agent pool, node pool size, like VM size, standard D2, V2, and service principal, authentication purpose. Right? Okay. So this is the script we need to run. Right? If you want to implement Kubernetes cluster with Terraform, right? You can use this script, basic script. Right? Okay. Now, so this is completed. Right? Now, next here we created Kubernetes cluster, right? Here we created Kubernetes cluster. Next, I want to create one manifesto file, right? Manifesto file for WordPress application. WordPress application, right? For that, let me write this instruction here. Write Kubernetes manifesto file or WordPress application manifesto file for above Azure Kubernetes cluster. Right? Let us write. Okay. Using official WordPress repo. Using official WordPress GitHub repo. This is the repo, right? GitHub. This is the repo, right? Just now we verified. Official repo somewhere we verified, right? This is the repo, right? Okay. So we are saying this instruction, right? WordPress application manifesto file for above Azure Kubernetes cluster using official WordPress GitHub repo. Let us click. Right? It is trying to generate manifesto file. Just observe here. It is writing manifesto file as well. Kubernetes manifesto file. So here you can observe replicas 3, right? Labels as well as name, image, right? WordPress image, WordPress latest, right? So after that, volume mounts as well. Volume mounts. Okay. Load balancer. Next, it is writing service. First deployment. After that, service. Right? So these are the different instructions. Different instructions to deploy your application with a manifesto file or manifesto file. Here we prepared manifesto file as well. Kubernetes manifesto file. Right? So in this way, we can create whatever steps we need, right? We can ask them. We can ask ChatGPT so that it will give you the complete information. But here one thing, suppose if you want to troubleshoot, right? Suppose if you want to troubleshoot, we need to have some info, some idea about the script, like how to write the script, what are these components, right? We need to have some understanding as well. Suppose if you have any doubt on the specific script, right, we can ask that script as well, right? If you have any doubt on the specific script, we can ask that as well. Right? So by using ChatGPT, we can automate many things, like writing whatever things are manual, right? We can automate that, right? So, but basically we need some knowledge as well. Like, suppose if you want to work with Kubernetes, we need some knowledge as well. Right? Also, you can try with some other commands also, like you can try some Docker activities or Docker file or whatever activities in this framework is there, right? Suppose if you want to use some other things like some release management or different scripts. Also, you can create a manifesto file as well. Sorry, YAML file as well. Suppose I want to deploy this application. So I'm saying that application, right? There is a code in the repo, right? Now I want to deploy the application. I want to deploy the application using say, Azure DevOps CI/CD. I want to write some YAML file. Let me write that. Right. Write Azure pipelines YAML script. YAML script. Right. YAML script. Right. YAML script. Create Azure DevOps build and release pipeline. Pipeline. Right. Pipeline with GitHub, WordPress, GitHub official WordPress repo, WordPress GitHub repo, right? Pipelines.yaml. Okay, just enter this so that it will create a pipeline script, YAML script to generate entire build pipelines, build and release pipeline, right? Build pipeline as well as release pipeline. Let us do this. So just observe here, trigger, pull, Right? Different steps here we can observe. Right? Steps. First it is containering, right? Using Docker is trying to do containerization. Just observe this container registry. We can mention our container registry. Right? Agents information. After that, Kubernetes manifesto. Right? In this way, we can create our pipelines as well. Build and release pipeline. Right? Build and release pipeline also we can create. Right? In this way, we can automate whatever things are there, right? Like in our pipelines, we can automate that based on our requirement, or we can automate that. Before that, we need knowledge on specific components so that we can do easily. Compared to previous scenarios, we can do very easily. We can cover a few more topics in next session. Thank you for watching.